Hello everybody, this is Dr. McBrick and it is Saturday night here in the McBrick household. It has been one hell of a week, to be quite honest with you here. It has been very, very difficult. On Monday, my mother-in-law's partner of 20 years died, and he was only 68, was young, and had a heart attack and passed. And so that was very difficult. It's been very difficult for my wife and, of course, my mother-in-law and all of us because he was a big part of our lives for a long time. My wife also had a COVID scare, came down with many of the symptoms, took a test, and was quarantined for the past week. Fortunately, the test came back negative, but she obviously still had something wrong with her, and she's feeling much better now after being put on antibiotics. So we think it might be strep throat or something like that. But anyway, it has been a tough week. We were in kind of pandemic quarantine mode. Everybody's walking around the house with masks and all that kind of stuff. So needless to say, I have not done anything Lego. This is the first time I've actually been down to the Lego room all week. So anyway, I thought I did want to get on and at least come out with a video this weekend because I like to at least have one video every weekend. It's not going to be a long one, but I thought maybe what I would do is just show you my top 5 favorite spots in my Lego room. And that includes maybe some things in the city and in the theme park and some things here in my actual Lego studio. So if that's something of interest to you, great. If not, I hope you have a great weekend and I hope you stay healthy. But let me show you a few things that I really, really enjoy in my Lego room. The first one that I really, really like is my work table. Now, it's just a basic IKEA table, but it is a table on which I can spread out and build. And as you can see, I'm building the Mos Eisley Cantina. I'm building that into a restaurant for my 6 Figs, as I've mentioned many times before. But I also have the backdrop with my hue lights, and so I can make those any color and make the backdrop any color and things like that. And so sometimes, depending on the video or depending on what I'm doing, I will change that. And it's just a very nice space. And I like this because I'm able to then whip around and have my computer, my microphone in every place that I can stream from. I have my gooseneck there that I can do a top-down view and things like that. So again, nothing special, nothing exciting, but to me, it's a very, very special space. Another part that I really, really like are my shelves. And what I've kind of reserved for my shelves are special older sets. For instance, like this Space Shuttle set that I really, really love. Of course, I have the Harry Potter sets up there, but I put special sets here that I just don't really put in the city or in 6 Figs, but I really, really like them, like this Shell Raceway here, that sort of thing. My Flintstones house mock that I did, and of course now the wonderful Aquanaut spot. You can see I have a couple of old space Star Wars sets there and things like that. Way on top of here are some of my cars and things like that. Again, it's not that big of a deal, but it's something that I really, really like in my space, in my Lego room, is a shelf to display stuff. Now, unfortunately, below it is all my backlog and a whole bunch of things. So I have to build all of this stuff. And then, whoa, what happened there? And then once I build it and stuff, my idea is to put all of my Star Wars ships and display them on this shelf very nicely. Very similar to what maybe Dub of Down Under Bricks has on his shelves in the background with all of his spaceships and Star Wars memorabilia and stuff like that. So now these aren't the fancy shelves, but they're shelves nonetheless. Another spot that I absolutely love in my city is my Apocalypseburg. What I've done is I've spread Apocalypseburg out and tried to make it look more like a kind of a junkyard, to be honest. Even there's the craggle over there and all that sort of thing. And I've tried to spread it out, and of course, you know, it's the basic model, but I've put stuff around it. One of the things that I'm proud of is I've done a lot of this, and you can never really see this in videos, and it's even hard to see it now because of the shadow, but I do a lot of like broken glass walls all the way around the back there and some things like that. I put a chicken pen and a chicken coop and just a whole bunch of junk in it, and I really just for some reason I like that, just because it's kind of that you know, apocalypse type of situation. Obviously Apocalypseburg, but it's just, you know, it just kind of has that look to it, and so that's one of my favorite spots in Figsdale. Another one of my favorite spots is in Six Figs, and it's the medieval area, starting out with the jousting gate and moving into the medieval village. I just love the village, and I love the way I spread it out and kind of made it into gift shops and tourist type shops and things like that. And then it's followed up by this wonderful castle. And I absolutely just love this entire line right here of medieval area. Now, if it were up to me, I'd make it much larger, and I'd make it much larger where you were able to see and just kind of continue to go back there with all kinds of the medieval sets and the castles, the blue castle and the black castle and the yellow castle and all those kind of things. I can't do that though because I don't have the space, but that is again one of my favorite spots in Six Figs. Another one of my favorite spots, and also one of my favorite mocks, is the Legoland Discovery Center. I think it's just so colorful. It really is, you know, playful in terms of the way it's designed. It's designed into an older building, so it looks like it's supposed to be as part of the 1930s vintage type of buildings and stuff like that. But I just love the way it looks. And I love the way that on the inside, it's very open. There's all kinds of exhibits and things like that and fun things to do for the children. I love the Lego store I did on the inside of it, and how it really kind of just is very representative of a Lego store, with the pick-a-brick wall, all the different colors, a life-size minifigure and brick there, and there's the staircase in which to go up to the Discovery Center, and all that sort of thing. I like the way that on the other side what I did was to make the cash wrap and then make models that you would see in various Lego stores and things like that. This is one of my favorite features right here, the revolving doors, because I think that's kind of cool as well. So that's one of my favorite areas, and also one of my favorite mocks in the city. So there you have it. Just a couple of things. You've seen them all before if you've been following my channel, but those are just some of my favorite areas and the reasons why I like them so much. I wish I could have come up with a much more detailed video doing a mock or doing something this week, but I just was not in the cards. I appreciate everyone, especially on Patreon, who have wished me and my family very happy thoughts when I sent out the message to them. I also want to let everyone know that thank you very much in the comments. I've received a lot of virtual hugs and a lot of virtual strength and prayers and things like that. So we appreciate it as a family. We're blessed. We're doing well. We're hanging in there. And I'm going to keep on making videos. As you could tell, I'm working on that Mos Eisley set. I'm going to get that puppy in there, and I am going to make it into a restaurant. And hopefully by next week, I'll have that restaurant placed in Six Figs to be able to show you a video. With that said, you can find me across the socials. You can find me on Patreon. You can find me at a Teespring store, Drmcbrick General Store. And hopefully at some point, once this pandemic's over, you'll find me at a lot of Lego shows and lugs and all kinds of stuff. This is Dr. McBrick. Stay healthy. Signing out.